What is up, guys? It is Asian Invasion here with another video for you today, and I'll be talking about the United States Federal Trade Commission starting an investigation on the analysis of loot boxes in video games. During a oversight committee hearing in Congress, Senator Maggie Hassan asked FTC Chairman Joe Simmons whether he was willing to undertake the task of running the investigation and report back to the committee. Simon responded yes, along with the other chairmen present nodding in approval to do so. Hassan said that loot boxes are now an epidemic in the video game industry and are present in everything from casual smartphone games to the newest high-budget releases. Loot boxes will represent a $50 billion industry by the year 2022. It's time for the FTC to investigate these mechanisms to ensure that children are being adequately protected and to educate parents about the potential addiction and other negative impacts of these games. I'm sure you guys remember when Star Wars Battlefront 2 first came out, the pay-to-win aspect of that game caused a huge outrage within the community, and due to that, EA had to tone back on many of their microtransactions and the plans with it for the future, and due to that, they lost a lot of revenue for that game. However, in Call of Duty, supply drops have been in the game since Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. But in Advanced Warfare, you didn't really have to buy the supply drops if you didn't have the money to, and it wouldn't really affect gameplay too much, because you could earn supply drops by straight gameplay, and you could also just, prestige, and then they'd give you a weapon. In Black Ops 3, there were these videos by bigger YouTubers, Call of Duty YouTubers specifically, on supply drop openings, and it would show these little kids that, hey, if I spend enough money buying COD points, then I'm bound to get the right thing eventually. And this is really wrong, because it's teaching kids that gambling is okay, and not just that, it's just wasting a whole bunch of people's money. And nobody wants to spend an excessive amount of money on the game if they don't have to. Not all of us are rich Call of Duty YouTubers that got a shit ton of money to spend on the game and get whatever the fuck we want. And I'm not bashing on these YouTubers at all, because hell, if I had that amount of money, I would do it too. I'm not going to stand here and be a hypocrite. The ESRB was asked to conduct their own investigation on loot boxes, and they responded with this. Loot boxes are one way that players can enhance the experience that video games offer. Contrary to assertions, loot boxes are not gambling. They have no real-world value. Players always receive something that enhances their experience, and they are entirely optional to purchase. They can enhance the experience for those who choose to use them, but have no impact on those who do not. And that last part, saying that they have no impact on those who do not, I believe is entirely wrong, and let me explain why. Let's use Black Ops 3 as an example. As you guys know, all the DLC weapons you would have to get through a supply drop. And let's say that the FFAR was the best weapon in the game, and as you guys know, that's a supply drop gun. You would have to buy supply drops to get this weapon, and if it was better than every other weapon in the game, then anybody who bought the supply drops to obtain this weapon now has an advantage over everybody else playing the game. Zombies is another prime example of this pay-to-win situation. When Black Ops 3 first came out, Perkaholic was the most overpowered gobblegum in the game, and at that point, you could only earn 2 liquid diviniums per game no matter what round you went to, and that was ridiculous. It was blatantly obvious that they wanted you to buy liquid diviniums to have a better chance of obtaining these huge or an overpowered amount of gobblegums. And they made the gobblegums so good that it would give you a huge distinct advantage over everybody else that didn't have the money or wasn't willing to buy the gobblegums in the game. However, let me get back to the point. The FTC is going to find that these loot boxes are a negative impact on the consumer, and therefore they're going to put an end to this abomination. And I'm really glad that these guys are finally taking action against these whole loot box system, because it was bound to get really bad, guys. It was gonna turn to the point where we'd have to spend a shit ton of money. Like, look at the elixirs in zombies. Even if you don't play zombies, look at how bad the prices is. $300 for $20? That's what? Like 10 rules of the worst one. That's horrible. That is garbage. Tiers. You'd have to spend $2,000 to buy every tier. That is bad. That is really, really, really bad. But anyways, I'm just glad that this is going to put to an end. I just wanted to put a video out here on this. I haven't posted in like a long time. I also got some legit gameplay for you guys, and I know I'm not like the smoothest talker, but I just had to make this video. I'm trying my best.